finally up for Cyber Lunch.
Is this thing on?
I hope so.
Hello. Welcome back. God, it's been such a long time.
Yeah.
What have you been up to all week?
Just watching this football.
Who cares? Welcome back to Lunch Table, Cyberbots. I'm just kidding. I do care. It's the most wonderful.
No, you don't.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. No, it's not. And I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm talking about video games. Too much to play, such little time.
There's not that much to play right now.
Yeah, there is. Well, if you haven't sat and played everything like we talked about last week, I haven't played Gears 5 still. Control, I've yet to play, but we have been mashing on Borderlands 3, so we finally get to talk about that. That's awesome. This week, we talk about Hideo Kojima's 49-minute look into Death Stranding. Did you watch all 49 minutes?
49 minutes of walking around.
Okay, It Chapter 2 is in theaters after all this time. Talk about seeing it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So professional.
I am very professional. Ready or Not, that's kind of an under-the-radar film. I saw that. We want to talk about Rambo, the new movie. Probably the last, hopefully. I don't even know.
I doubt it.
Brad Pitt's new film, Ad Astra. Have you seen a trailer for that?
Yeah.
Shrugging the shoulders. We're going to get into that a little bit. I had Gears 5, but we talked about that last week, and Borderlands is kind of our big topic of discussion. Plus, we catch up with what else we've been playing, watching, Back of the Box, and your favorite section to take a nap to, This Week in 20 Questions.
You're such a dick, man. I'm going to start ripping on your stupid
I don't care.
Back of
Go
the
ahead.
Box.
That's because I get it in 2 questions, and I never let you finish. Oh, I know what it is.
I only got 1 out of 2 last week.
That's because, oh yeah, that is
But
true.
that was because I was stupid. So
You said it, not me. I'm Daryl.
I'm Jake.
Well, I thought you were going to say Justin.
I almost did, man. Every single time I almost say
We're
that.
waiting for him. Justin, how are you doing?
He was in Packerland. He's probably got some venereal disease.
Probably from open mouth kissing Aaron Rodgers
And his cousins.
while eating fistful of cheese. Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives to growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests and their favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today. How have you been, my man?
Just fine.
Good.
I just have to say something before we start this.
Oh, God. I'm already scared. I'm sweating. I know I'm sweating.
The Packers suck.
The Packers do suck. God.
There we go.
Now, what was that, Justin? Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
sorry, you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
be
you
here.
can't say
Oh.
anything because you're not here. Oh,
That's
it's
a
a
shame.
study.
So sorry you died.
Sorry, you're. Yeah, Nathan, for you. It's a great one. I like that. Let's see here. Quick question. What we're gonna kind of do? We're gonna do a double secret question this week, and I'm sorry I sprung this on you just
That's
right
okay.
now. Just hang on tight, strap in, because it's gonna be a reasonably non-bumpy ride.
I'm always prepared. It's
What
no big
is
deal.
the most terribly awful, horribly stupid movie that you cannot help but love?
You want me to go first?
I feel like you should.
Okay. So it's kind of a movie. There's
There's probably
movies-
going to be a couple, I'm sure.
No, it's only one that
Really?
I could really think of.
Really?
Other than like Fight Club, not a lot of people like that movie, except movie people. I can say that. Mine is Trailer Park Boys. They did have movies.
They did have several movies, but they're pretty
Yes.
much just like really long episodes.
Right. But not a lot of people like that show. And I think it's genius. I really love it. After season 2.
They follow a formula, that's for sure. I feel like the first couple seasons are my favorite.
After season 2, Bubbles came as like a character instead of just being a back character, a side character.
Yeah, that is true.
And everybody really came into their own. Leahy shows up, Randy, all that stuff.
Ellen Page in that?
Yeah, she's his daughter. Yep.
Hey, what's going on,
Ricky's
Trin?
daughter for a while.
Is it Trinity?
Trinity, yeah. No, Trinity
It's not
is
Ricky's
his other
daughter. It's Leahy's daughter. I put money on a dude.
No, Randy's daughter. Leahy never had a kid.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, you better Google that. Grab your phone. Grab my phone. Grab both phones. Hang on. Is Trinity... Oh, it's not Trinity.
Trinity is his older daughter.
Who's the other... Who did Ellen Page play in Borderlands?
Borderlands. Here.
Ellen?
Just
Ellen DeGeneres goes to jail. It sounds like no, I'm just kidding. Ellen Page, Trailer Park Boys. Here we go.
How is your internet? How's your phone faster than mine in my own house?
I don't know. This isn't. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Cast. Trina
Leahy.
See?
Oh wow,
it's close.
I missed it.
It's not Trinity.
No, Trina.
What am I supposed to... Ricky, Santa and God aren't the same thing. Well, fucking he was going to bring us presents.
I love that show so much. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I got to get my life together and start growing dope again.
Yeah, that's my favorite quote of the entire thing. That or Mow in the Air.
I'm mowing the air. Just like, a car's no place for a kitty, Rick. Well, he's got to protect it from the Rakins.
Yeah, the Rakins. Raccoons.
Come
I like
on.
that. What's the other one? Mr. Leahy, I don't want a boner out of science. I want a boner of love. That was my other one. That was great.
Oh, Randy.
Too. Yeah, when Leahy started taking boner pills.
My cousin Phil came over for a game night. I wouldn't want to say like 3 weeks ago. And every time he comes over, it's like we just start quoting Kung Pao. And Betsy has never seen it, so we had to like find a greatest hits. And if you haven't seen this movie, it's literally one of the dumbest films I think has ever been in theaters beside Battlefield Earth.
Dude, that's the dumbest movie.
I don't know.
There's nothing good about that movie.
No, but I'm saying neither with Kung Pao.
Oh, really? I've never seen it, I don't think.
It is basically they took an old it's probably 1970, a 1970s kung fu movie, and they dubbed over it entirely, and they cut like scenes out of it. And Tim, I can't remember his name, but this guy pretty much made his own movie from that movie, and dubbed over all the voices himself. It is the dumbest thing ever, but we just sit there like making. Like pretty much quoting it to the point of Betsy going insane during our game. It's like, no, you just got to sit down. It's only 15 minutes. And I would start quoting it right now, but I'm just going to sound like a jackass on our own podcast. So
wait, are you talking Kung Pao Legend of the Fist or whatever?
Yeah.
It's 15
My
minutes.
name is Betty. Well, we went through like the greatest hits.
The
so we didn't want to watch the whole hour and 15 minutes. My name is Betty.
I got another one.
Okay.
Pootie Tang.
I'd never seen that movie, and I wanted to rent it, and that's one of the last ones I remember wanting to rent at a Blockbuster.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's hilarious.
Didn't somebody really famous direct that?
Yeah, it was. Damn it! Now you're putting me on the spot. I was trying to take.
That's all right.
I was just trying to get this off the top of my head. The other one is Half Baked. Not a lot of people like that unless you understand.
I love that movie.
Yes, but there's like a certain.
That's a perfect one, actually.
It's.
What part of Jamaica? Right near the beach.
Bye.
Louder person.
Let's see.
Oh my
Pootie
God.
Tang.
We're already off to a horrible start here.
It's got a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 31% on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. directed.
That's what I remember. Did he masturbate in front of anyone on set?
I don't know. They probably let him. I mean, what the hell is
you're
the problem?
fine. You're fine. Just keep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're fine. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Are you
Nobody
done?
talks about the crazy weirdos that like to watch him do it. Nobody's talking about that, but they're talking about, whatever.
Don't get triggered now. Hang on. I've used the forbidden word.
Triggered?
Yeah, I shouldn't have. I'm so sorry.
I'm never triggered.
Oh my God, don't even get me started. I'm never triggered.
Name one time I've been triggered.
Last week when the Vikings lost against the Packers.
I don't care. I don't care about that.
No, you were yelling. You wanted everyone to die, and you said that you
No,
wanted
that was
You
you,
wanted
motherfucker.
Aaron
What are you
Rodgers
I don't
to lose
care.
his legs.
No. I have Devontae Adams for crying out loud. I like, it's weird. With football, I'm a player person. Like, I like players. There's different players that I like. Baseball, Twins. That's it. Hockey, Wild. That's it. Right? Basketball, don't really care anymore.
Twins are still killing it.
They're killing it, dude. Magic number is what, 7 now?
Then we're gonna lose.
Shut up, man.
I don't know. It's a Minnesota curse. We're cursed. Are we
Because
not?
of all the negative thoughts like that, man.
Oh my God.
Twins rule, Vikings drool.
I don't know. So do the Packers though too.
Yeah,
man.
they suck too. Fuck them.
God, what the hell?
Sorry for the swearing, but it's Packers.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit Packers. Yeah. Speaking of bullshit, how about that 49-minute long Hideo Kojima trailer from Death Stranding?
This is giving me very strong No Man's Sky vibes. Where
It's going to
people
promise
think it's
the
going to
world.
be something. No, I don't think they're even promising anything. They're showing what this game is. And people are just keep putting in their heads, oh, there's going to be combat and everything else. I think this is going to be a big-ass story game. It's going to be really weird with Kojima, but it's going to be like his artsy thing, and everybody's going to declare it like one of the greatest things ever, and it will continue his career.
I just want to know what the hell's happening.
I don't want to know. I want to know when I
That's
play the game.
all I want to know. I don't even want to really play the game after I watch that trailer. It looks like a giant... So basically, if you don't know, Hideo Kojima is the one that made Metal Gear Solid. He's the one that coined that with Konami. They left on Bad Blood after The Phantom Pain, and now he's back with his own studio, backed by Sony.
Not after Phantom Pain. They kicked him out in the middle of the
during,
goddamn
excuse
game.
me. Kicked him out during, and now he's back by Sony to make this new game called Death Stranding, and still nobody knows what the hell's going on. It features Norman Reedus. There's a few other well-known actors, including Guillermo del Toro, with more cameos expected.
This is PT, which was like a tech demo, pretty much.
Yep.
And that's what it is. It's a tech demo for Kojima's new stuff. Like, this is like a coming out party for him. I think it's going to be a good story, and like it's going to be really weird and strange, but it's not going to be Metal Gear, and that's what people want. And it's not going to be it.
There are some, what do you want to say, mechanics that look interesting about world building. That's why it looks so empty, because nobody else is playing it. There's some questions that we still don't even know what's happening. There's a giant baby that's in the front of Norman Reedus where it can't get upset, or else like these ghosts come from out of nowhere and they want to steal your cargo. And you're pretty much just like a mailman in an interdimensional weird version of America walking around trying to like deliver this cargo, and you have to like manage so many different systems. You have to take a pee, but you never get to see Norman Reedus's little Reedus. So like there was even like a mini game where you had to walk across the river and then scan the river to see if you're going to lose half your shit, meaning like this giant backpack that you have. There is combat, and most of it is like stealth related where you have to like take guys out, but I didn't see any like guns being fired. I don't know what's happening. At the end of it, it's probably just going to be some dude it's like Matrix style, gets the VR headset ripped off and be like, it was all a test.
Yeah, it's Kojima saying that.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You know, he loves to break the fourth wall, meaning like if you've ever played the original Metal Gear Solid games, it's going to be redundant, but when you come across this boss, and spoilers for a 20-plus-year-old game, you come across this guy named Psycho Mantis, and he actually reads your memory card. So it actually freaked me out.
I never forget it when it happened.
It's like, I see you're a lover of sports, or like,
Yep.
yeah, whatever the hell you were playing, Gran Turismo. Yeah, it was just weird. I've never seen anything like that, and I thought that my PlayStation was haunted because I bought it used from some gypsy. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, Mom! Like,
I fucking hate pikeys.
yeah. What?
Pikeys.
What is that?
Gypsies.
I've never heard that in my life.
You've never seen Snatch?
No.
You've never seen Snatch?
No. Who's that?
The movie.
Is that a show?
The movie with Brad Pitt.
Nope.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I have it. You're gonna bring it home with you
No,
tonight.
Siri, quit listening to me.
You're gonna bring it home with you tonight because you have to watch that movie. I can't believe you've never seen
Speaking of
it.
that, and I don't mean to bring the podcast down, but I heard that the late great Eddie Money passed away.
No,
Take Me Home Tonight. He's gone.
that sucks.
I think it happened like 2 weeks ago now that you're listening to this podcast.
Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light.
Copyright.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Strike
I don't
us.
know.
I don't give a shit.
One thing I did want to mention. Oh, let's see. Where are we at here?
Rip, Mr. Eddie Money.
Rip Mr. Eddie Money. He's a great guy. Great musician. Back to Death Stranding. I do not want to pay $60 for this game. I don't want to do it. You don't even have a PlayStation.
Nope.
Justin,
Not my
if you're
problem.
listening, the PlayStation you gave me back in a paper bag is still in the corner. I have yet to even plug it back in because I've been playing so many Xbox games.
Oh, Xbox has games?
Yeah.
Oh.
On Xbox Game Pass. And also, you want to put a cap on Death Stranding?
It's going to be weird.
That's it.
There you go.
It's a super systems heavy game from what it looks like. It stars Norman Reedus as Wheatus, and who the hell knows what the story's about? It seems convoluted, and like at the end of it, even when you play through it, you're still scratching your head wondering what the hell just happened. And one thing I do want to say in conclusion, the game is I can't even speak. Is only going to be 8 hours long at most.
Yeah. It's going to be a little short.
Very
little thing.
most. Everybody's going to like treat it like The Order.
Like I said, No Man's Sky. Everybody expects something that it's not going to be in there. We can see it with the trailers. We're watching it, and people still refuse to believe it. It's not going to be Metal Gear.
That's why I'd rather play, I don't know, like Jedi Fallen Order. That's a new one, right?
Yeah,
No, it's going to be sick. I promise you it's going to be probably one of the best games this fall next to Doom Eternal.
I hope.
So, no,
I need some positive Star Wars in my life.
I know. And then we got the impending final...
We haven't even talked about that. I don't even want to go there.
Maybe we should wait for next week.
Yeah.
Kind of wait.
Get closer. I think we should do like our what we hope for and what we're going to get, and then do a review when we come back. Because Lord knows I'm going to have plenty to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And I know that Rian Johnson, or however the hell you say his name, he's come out with a new like thriller. It actually looks pretty good.
Bye. See ya. Do whatever you want.
But I'm just saying, like, I wish
Star
that
Wars.
he never touched Star Wars.
That's what I'm saying. I've always said that. Why does J.J. Abrams why didn't he do all three? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, don't get me started. Like I always say.
Star Wars. That's what Justin would say if he's here right now.
Fuck it.
All right. Let's see here. I want to talk about... I'm just going to get some of the meme things out of the way. It Chapter 2. I saw it.
Yeah.
2 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah.
First thing I got to say.
Long.
But I thought the pacing was good. It moved by really quick. The first 15 minutes was probably the hardest watch of the entire movie.
Like awkward or...
Like, just hard to watch. Violent. But it coincides with what happened in the book to kick off it coming back to Derry. If that makes any sense. People are bitching about this movie, saying that, oh, well, the first one's better, or the original one's better, and blah, blah, blah. This movie didn't build any tension. This movie had too many monsters. I'm like, well, first of all, it is a monster. Literally. It preys on your fears, right? I'd say if you're a fan of any Sam Raimi ass movies, you're going to love this movie.
I didn't necessarily love the first one. I thought it was good, but it wasn't like amazing. Right? I think what's his face as Pennywise is really good.
Oh, Skarsgård?
Yeah, he's really, really good.
You get to see a little bit different side of him. I laughed my ass off in the second one.
I heard it was funny.
It was really funny. There's a couple parts where I was clapping, and I was probably one of the only ones, so I was that jackass. Like I said, it is a little bit long, but with good reason. I thought all the adult versions of the kids that were portrayed, they did a really good job. There was some type of like trippy, over the top Twin Peaks sci-fi shit that they added in there that was like, okay, that's a little bit of a reach. But the guy that played Patricia in Split, help me out, James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He did a really good job.
That's the character you come up with?
Yeah.
The guy that played Patricia.
Yeah.
Not Xavier.
Oh. Patricia's here.
Yeah,
darling.
that guy.
I forgot that he played
God, he's
Charles.
good. It
Charles.
sucks that fucking...
I didn't even see that movie.
It
I didn't even
drives
see
me
that.
crazy because fuck you, M. Night. That's all I gotta say.
He's a shitty... Yeah.
He sucks. He's like Ryan Johnson. He comes up with flashes of brilliance, but can't contain it. And I think it's only flashes of brilliance when somebody else is helping him. When it's on his own or when he has pressure, he fucking sucks. I can't believe that you screwed up Glass. It's so easy.
I never seen it.
Oh, don't even bother.
I know the spoilers, and that's why I never even bothered.
Don't even bother. I liked Unbreakable so much, and I was so excited after Split, and it just, I knew it. That's why I didn't go to the theater to see it. I waited till it was on Redbox or whatever.
I wanted to go to the theater, but I never did.
Thank God. Anyway.
Let's see. The original It, I watched right before I went and saw the first new version of It. The OG one with Tim Curry.
Yep.
I think that movie's hilarious. It's timeless. It reminds me of Stand By Me, in a way,
Speaking of those real quick, when I was in North Carolina, I was at Target, and they had a McFarlane Toys Pennywise, both versions. They had the Skarsgård version and the Tim Curry version.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I damn near bought it.
Yeah, but then you were going to have to bring it home.
Yes.
Fly it home.
Yeah. I didn't want to have another bag. Anyway, The original, though, I remember seeing that when I was a kid, man.
Oh, see, I never got to see it, and I remember seeing the cover at Walmart, and everybody's like, "Oh, this movie's so scary. This is the scariest movie ever." And now it's like a laughable 3 hours.
Red Letter Media's review of it. It's hilarious.
Kiss me, fat boy.
Kiss me, fat boy.
That's my favorite part of that entire movie, if you've seen that movie.
There are creepy elements of that movie.
For sure.
But the acting is so bad, especially when you get to the adults, that it's
the adults were
laughable.
the worst.
Yeah.
The first the new It iteration will always hold a special place in my heart because that was my first date with my soon-to-be wife.
Yeah.
So that was my second time viewing it then, and then I never purchased it because I felt like, okay, I don't need to ever see this movie again.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way again with It 2, where it all stuck with me. But one thing that I can say that was really awesome about it, it did everything right that I wanted Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark to do. Where everybody's little fears and everything kind of chopped itself into these mini vignettes. Where it was like, okay, each person had their own little scary story to tell in the dark story where they would like this isn't a spoiler either, it's in the book and in the old movies, but they did a little bit different, but they would remember something and go back to a place, and then they would have like a flashback, so it'd be like its own little deal.
I heard there's an uncut version of this movie that's going to be almost 4 hours long.
I believe it.
That's insane.
Who knows what's going to be in it? I could really contribute more to the story.
The box set might be interesting.
Why? What's in that?
1 and 2.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Uncut or something, like 6 hours of whatever.
That's one thing for the Lord of the Rings, but for It,
I just say, if you're going to do It and you're going to do a Stephen King movie, you have to go all in.
They did.
No, they didn't. They skipped a huge part of it in the first one. If you're going to do it, fucking do it. You got it.
Are you talking about the orgy scene?
Yes, because Stephen King is such a fucking wacko, and his books are so weird. You have to. You can't skip over things like that.
That would have never flown.
No, but in order to truly make it something, like Jesus, kids did it. Why couldn't they do it here? They're afraid to. They're afraid to be canceled. Is what they're afraid of.
Probably.
But that's my opinion. Like,
the art was censored.
What was the Gerald's Game? The Netflix movie of Gerald's Game was great because they didn't shy away from anything.
I've never seen that.
You should watch it. The book the short story is amazing, first of all, but the actual Netflix movie is really, 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 really good. And it's hard to watch because it doesn't pull any punches, and I love it. Then you get to It and you're like, well, I can't really do that. And that's a main part of the book. Like, that's a huge part of how they all have a connection together and everything else, even though it's how weird it is. They're all close because of something like that. So that's my opinion on it. If you're going to do, that's why Stephen King has always suffered on TV and movies and stuff, because they won't go there. Misery, perfect example. They showed the hobbling scene where she crushed his ankles with that hammer, but they didn't show the part where the cop shows up and she stabs him in the nuts with a crucifix, a sharpened crucifix, and then runs over his head with a lawnmower. That was in the book. They didn't show that in the movie, and it would have made it that much better. Like, just wow.
Put it on. Turn it to 11. Turn it to 11.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Well, in some ways, It 2 was better than I thought it was going to be. I liked it better than the first one because I think the monster horror that did happen, it was a little bit more unsettling than I thought it was going to be. Which some people bitch. They're like, oh, well, it didn't really build up as much tension as the first one and blah, 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 like a normal horror movie. And yeah, there's jump scares, of course, but it just was weak in that department. But I'm just like, well, first of all, you're watching a monster movie. That's what this is. That's what this movie's always been.
Plus, the original It was a 4-hour miniseries that went all in one shot. So I'm wondering what it's going to be like if I watch Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 back to back. Like, is it going to be like this epic? Or like that makes it a little bit better. Like Matrix. If you watch 1, 2, and 3 back to back, it's a freaking epic. But if you watch 3 by itself, sucks. A lot of people hate 2. That should have been my other pick. I love 2, but
I love all 3 personally.
Yeah, watching it as a whole though, it makes it that much different because it's all in context. There's not 3 years in between them, or there's not 2 years in between them.
They did a lot of good, like, old school. Well, it was CGI, but a lot of like John Carpenter-esque monsters. Where it was like, ugh, like you'd have to be in a weird place to even think about something like that. You
Is
know
that
what
the same director this time around?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up, which the internet's being spotty right now. But I'd say if you're into the first one and you want to see the thrilling conclusion, it's worth it. I would go see it in the theaters, especially for the sound and stuff like that. Now, I want to go into this next part, and a movie that I was thinking about, and I was thinking about it over and over. I actually enjoyed Ready or Not more than it, too.
I've heard good things about it.
It is a classic tale of... Well, it's not even really classic. It is its own thing, but it's a pitch black, dark comedy about this chick that gets married into like this very prestigious family, but the family is all a part of some weird deal where they have to pretty much... She has to draw a card from this box, and if it says hide and seek, then they have to sacrifice her to one of their older, like, deceased family members, or else something bad will happen to them all, which I won't spoil.
Sounds like Get Out to me.
Kind of. It is, but it reminds me of, like, a way more fun version of Crimson Peak set nowadays, where the house is old and creepy and shit
Twin
like
Peaks?
that.
Oh,
no, Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about
Another
now.
Stephen King movie.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I saw this in an afternoon. There was a dude my age and 3 older women in the theater, and that's it at 11:45 on a Friday. I laughed. I was cringing more in that movie than it too, and I'll tell you that right now. Just like certain parts where it was just like, kind of like that stuff. But it was really good. I can't say too much about it without spoiling it, but all I can say is it's an hour and a half long. If you get a chance to rent it, I had a little bit more fun, I think, with that movie, inevitably. And I had to think about this for a while because I really liked it too a lot. It did a lot of things right. Some of the things I really didn't care for, but they put some things in from the original that I appreciated. So at least I give them that. They did something a little different, but with Ready or Not, it felt, even as tropey as the movie was, it felt unique in its own right. So I'd say between Scary Stories, It 2, and Ready or Not was my favorite.
I'll see it eventually.
It got an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes, which
don't
means nothing
care.
to no one. But I do look it up. I'm just curious sometimes.
Don't care.
Because
I'll watch my couple reviewers.
I think It 2 got 63 and Scary Stories got like somewhere in the 70s or something like that. I don't really care either. I just think it's fun to reference because no matter what that score says, if it's 100 or if it's 10, if I want to see the movie, I'm going to go see the movie. It's not dictating anything to me whether
That's
or not
what I mean.
I'm going to see it.
I just don't care though. Like,
But I for my own reference, I'm just curious what the general consensus of the pompous reviewers are giving that movie at certain set of times. So, with that being said, if you can see Ready or Not, leave the kids at home. But
also,
it's a great movie.
For everybody out there, if you haven't seen it yet, because it's out now, John Wick 3.
Oh, it is.
Watch it. You need to watch it if
Is
you
it on
love
4K?
John. Yeah. Yep. You need to see it. It was great. You went and saw it with me
With
in the
you?
theater. Yeah, in the theater, right?
With that dude that was giggling.
Yeah. And I clapped out loud in that movie. I'm not an obnoxious asshole in a movie ever.
I am.
And I cheered for a part in that movie because it was great.
Let's kind of wrap up this section. Ad Estrada, we both shrugged our shoulders. It looks cool. It looks visually cool. It looks better than Interstellar. That movie.
That's what it reminds me of.
I hated that movie. The only cool movie. I liked that one part when he's like, it's been 20 years. That part was like,
that was
holy
fun.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was all old. That was pretty awesome. I like movies like that. So with my stupid A-list thing, I might check it out depending how long it is. Rambo, Last Blood.
It's not going to be the last one.
That's what it says, but it won't be. It's funny because I was looking through. I got in a debate with Betsy on who's scarier, Jason or Freddy, and I said, "Oh, Freddy," because he preys off of a human necessity that you need to sleep, and the fear that no matter what you do, you will sleep at some point.
Jason's always coming though, and
that is true.
Jason doesn't have a sense of humor, and Freddy does. Freddy makes some of his last movies were really funny.
Well, spoilers, and Freddy versus Jason won, but when he was walking out of the water with Freddy's head, and then Freddy's eyes opened and blinked at the end, I'm like, oh,
Right.
oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm saying. You can't really do it. But Jason, wherever he goes, you ever see Jason in New York?
No.
Holy shit, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but one of the great classic horror tropes
Just like
of all time.
Leprechaun.
I think it was PG-13 too.
Oh,
It
really?
was one of the ones where they went. It was like gory in the background, like a guy got his head chopped in half, but it was in a shadow. You know, like
Oh.
that kind of thing. I'm probably wrong. It's probably rated R, but Jason's way more freaky. We got to take a break anyway.
All right. We'll be right back. And guess what? We're back. Say I was talking a little bit about Rambo. I saw the last one, I want to say, probably 8 years ago now.
Yeah,
It
it's been a while.
was a reboot. That movie was brutal, beyond brutal, when he had the 50 cal at the very end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for more of the same. They say that this is the last blood, quote unquote, but who knows? If Stallone's still alive, they're going to be raking in money.
It's going to be another one, and it's going to be called A New Blood.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be...
Guaranteed.
It's going to be a chick.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to the next thing.
Hold on, I got to go throw up real quick.
No, I don't care if it's a chick. I hope it's his daughter. That'd be badass. But maybe Ronda Rousey, give her... Whatever, just fucking A. Whatever. Okay, let's see. We've been watching. Hotline Miami Collection came out on Switch. I've been playing that again for like the third time. Who cares? It's one of my favorite games.
Played a little bit.
One thing that we finally get to play together, which I feel like I haven't gotten to play a cooperative game online that wasn't Destiny in 4 years, was Borderlands 3.
Super excited that it's out.
I feel so old that when I went to... I couldn't say this last week, but when I went to go buy this game, he's like, what system do you need it for? And I was like, 360. I'm not even kidding. I did. And I'm like, oh my God, I just dated myself. And he started laughing. He's like, you mean Xbox One? I'm like, no, I'm serious. I want
Everybody
360.
in line with me at GameStop, at my local GameStop, shout out to Lionel Lakes GameStop. Those
Minnesota.
guys are still good. They were all my age, and I was like, wow, it's cool to see a bunch of older gamers like come together and like, this is our game again. It's more Borderlands. It's fun.
If you don't know what Borderlands is, it's a first-person cooperative shooter where basically you go throughout the world, you complete missions. That sounds not even descriptive at all, but
Get billions of guns. That's their thing.
literally billions of different of guns, and you just upgrade your characters as you see fit.
All their weapons are randomly generated together with perks and stuff. So you could get a pistol that's like the other pistol, but this one has like a secondary option, like an underbarrel automatic or something like that. It's all cell shaded, beautiful artwork. I love it. I lost about 4 hours of my first character.
Yeah, you were saying that. I'm like, hey, what's your... I was going to say light level. Oh my God, shoot me. Hey, what's your level? And you're like, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was up to level 13, and then I got to a mission that I couldn't continue because it glitched. Having said that, I was playing it opening night. I was playing it early because GameStop did an early release. So, whatever. Started a new character, and I haven't had a problem since. So, I loved it when we were all four of us were playing together last night.
That
We were
was
all
awesome.
different
Classes. There's
God,
four
that
different
was fun.
classes. Beastmaster.
Yep. The Marine or whatever, the gun guy.
I can't remember all the names.
He does he uses like holograms and stuff. Like he's shifty.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, okay.
And then there's the mech chick, which you are.
Yep.
And then I'm the magic chick, like the
Siren.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's still the same old. It's same old with Borderlands, but the missions have all been fun. I've been playing a lot by myself. I was playing it when you came over. Excuse me. I was playing when you came over, and I like just playing through it. It's just fun. And
Go ahead.
I liked unlocking all the other characters. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play it through multiple times, I'm sure.
One thing I noticed when I started playing the game, I didn't have my headphones on because I was playing by myself, but Betsy was working on something on the computer, and she was like stopping what she was doing to like laugh. She was like, like, oh, this game's pretty funny, and I think it's really pretty. I haven't seen a game like this. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of their style. And you were saying, which was surprising to me, it was people were getting down on the game for being cell shaded. Which it's like,
people are like, oh, it doesn't look like high res and blah. It's like, that's not how this game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a cartoon on the screen.
Yeah. One thing I did notice is I think I've been running my TV a little dark because I got into one of the areas on the first world, and I'm like, I literally can't see anyone.
Yeah,
like,
I got that in Gears of War when I was playing that. It was like the first mission where they're like, oh, the lights are off. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't see a fucking thing. I
No,
had to
for
turn my
real.
stuff
And
up
then
here.
like the HDR for me for that little gray box or whatever had to be all the way up, and the HUD had to be all the way up for me to like dial it in. I don't know if there's something wrong with my TV or maybe it's good, it's bad, who knows. I really like the game a lot. I think the humor is good. I know that PC Gamer Magazine like gave that game like a 6 because of the humor. I don't
Whatever.
Why? I don't get it.
Who cares?
Like, yeah, it's not like grade A comedy, but it's like it's goofy. That's what the game has always been. It's just goofy
That's
shit.
what it is. They're
You
like, well, it's just more Borderlands. It's like, yeah, that's what we want.
What it's called.
That's why everybody was standing in line to go. Do you know the last time I seen a line at GameStop out the door? It's been forever.
I was gonna say Smash Brothers for me.
Well, I mean, I can see that, but that's
Yeah.
the Nintendo nerds.
I know.
But it's been a long time, and it was. I won one of those the masks.
Oh yeah,
too.
you should show that to
I
me.
was going to show it to you.
You should take
I'm gonna do it right now.
You should take a picture and put it on the
should.
website.
I'm gonna have you take a picture. We're gonna
Oh
do this.
yeah,
We're
okay.
doing it live.
I'm getting my DSLR out right now.
I'm gonna do it on my phone.
There we go. Oh, gross. Sorry.
I'm opening
Jesus.
this up. I want a raffle.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
That looks
pretty
bomb.
freaking sweet,
Hey,
dude.
for anybody else that can't see us,
you will. There's even a little foam pad in there for your forehead, man.
man, you could wear that to like a rave concert.
That's what I'm saying. I will go with you. Hold on.
Oh my god, I like it. Oh, that looks really good.
There we go. That's gonna be up there. Check it out. But it's even like heavier. I thought it was gonna be like a paper one or something.
Oh,
But it's
wow.
like I wanted it a raffle.
When you said mask, I was thinking that it was going to be like something like not like that, like non-wearable, like something that just would sit on a shelf on a stand type thing.
No, I won that, and then I won that Scorpion mask too last time when I got Mortal Kombat 11. Remember?
Man, I think you got that shit rigged.
I hope
You
so.
probably
I spent
do.
enough money in that freaking
Oh
place.
my God.
The one guy doesn't even tell me about like the deals. He looked at my account. It was a new guy. I haven't been there for a little bit. New guy. He's like, I assume you know all about our like warranty deals and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I can't believe I haven't seen you in here before because all your points and your like your status with the club or whatever. It's like a lot of good that's going to do me when you guys shut down.
Yeah, no doubt. I would redeem that.
I should.
sooner
I
than
should
later.
do coupons or whatever. I have 72,000 gamer points there.
What is that equivalent? Is that like $60?
Yeah, it's like $60. It's like $5 coupons or whatever, plus like, and well, a subscription to Game Informer as long as they're around forever, pretty much. But it's, you know, I like to support my local place, and I always liked the manager there before they moved them, and now I haven't gone back there too much because they always are. It's new guys trying to sell you that shit every time.
You want the warranty? And I tell them every time, I'm like, I don't have kids.
It's not even that. It's like I just traded you in a game that's like 3 months old. Look at it's mint. I'm very careful with my tech and stuff like that. I'm super careful. I've never dropped a phone and broken it. Like that kind of tech.
That's what I mean. They don't get it.
But they try to sell you it and you're like blah blah blah. But my old manager and all the other workers that used to be there, they knew that I didn't want to be bothered with that. So we just bullshit about stuff. That's why I went there. I went there and we just talk about games and like I'd just browse. Sometimes I wouldn't buy anything. I'd just go in there just to hang out and like just decide not to do it.
That's what I used to do at Game Crazy back in the day.
But I don't know. Support your local GameStop
For now,
regardless. It's
before they
people
die.
are working, they're trying to have a job. Just, you know.
I know I was kind of salty at first for the people at Game Informer, but we talked a little about that last week. But who knows how long that gravy train's gonna ride. But say Game Informer takes the dive, find your nearest mom and pop shop and start buying games from them. Do not buy games from Amazon, please, God.
No, please don't do it. No online shit. Come on.
I get digital if you're gonna be like, I'm taking the night off, or I'm taking the next couple days off. I'm gonna come home from work and I'm gonna play it at midnight. To have it preloaded, I get that.
I see the preloading thing, but I got Borderlands physical disc. It took 23 minutes to download the entire game because I had the disc. There was no network download. There was only like 111 kilobyte.
How many gigs?
35.
That's not bad. Well, it's
So-
not like freaking Red Dead.
Well, that's
What
different.
are you doing?
What are you doing, Dutch?
Oh my god.
Which, speaking of which, I played some online with Matthew the other day.
Oh, I don't even want to touch it.
It was like 35 minutes, and I'm just like,
Why would you? I mean,
I can't jump a car or crash a helicopter. Or
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play anything, just go play the casino on Grand Theft Auto 5.
I heard that's garbage too.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I was when I was in North Carolina, I was watching.
People were talking smack.
No, stepdad. My fiance's stepdad.
Oh yeah,
was playing it.
I
was like, "Is this a new?"
They meant Step Brothers.
No, he was like, he was playing the casino, and I was like, "Is this what the Grand Theft Auto casino is?" He's like, "Yeah, it's garbage." And he's a huge player. He's has like 400 or 500 hours into this game. But because there was like a car that you can raffle and win or whatever, I'm like, "Can you jump in that car and drive it out of the casino? You know, like drive it through the windows?" I don't think so. I'm like, "Yeah, it's garbage. I want to be able to do whatever you want."
Get like all the stars.
Yeah, right away. Like, let's go. That's what Grand Theft Auto is about.
They should do that and make it like a VIP mode where it's like you're the VIP in the area and everybody gets a bonus for trying to kill you in that car.
That would be so bullshit with online though. People just grief you all the time. They would just sit outside the door.
But what if the car was like a spy hunter car and you got like rockets and stuff?
That'd be cool. Oil slicks. And
that's what I mean. Yeah,
spiked wheels. Yeah.
It'd be like Bond, James Bond,
Jacob,
Jacob Bond,
Grandpa
Bond. Hey, I'd say for $65, there looks like a lot of content, a lot of replay value you're going to get through Borderlands. If you got buddies that are playing it on any platform, I'd say go for it. I wasn't going to do it, but knowing me, you got to be a part of the fucking conversation. So,
well, it's not like Destiny where you have to know what you're doing. Borderlands is more of a just run around with your friends and bullshit and just kill stuff. There's no skill level really. I mean, there's not really, you don't, unless you're playing it by yourself. There's some skill involved.
Well, yeah, I got a little frustrated the first day because they put me in a mission that was like level 8, and I didn't really know when I was a level 5, but I figured I should be there because it let me be there. I went through the whole thing and got to the boss, and I died the same amount of times I would any Sekiro boss, and I was losing all my money, losing everything, but then I'd have to like backtrack, then I'd have to farm I got like almost to level 7, and one of the bosses is level 8, and I just barely beat him. Thank God I had that mech, or else I wouldn't have done anything.
I haven't had any of those problems with the bosses. There's been a couple bosses where there's like 2 or 3 of them at the same time that I've died, but it keeps your progress. So if you killed 2 of them, you don't start over and have to beat 3.
The bad thing about that is whatever chests that I used on previous runs, like say I died and I came back and I died and I came back, those chests don't respawn.
Yes, they do. After a certain amount of time, they do it. You have to go outside the area, but they do respawn.
Oh, okay, because I was that was making it really hard for me.
And you can grind the bosses. Like you can go back and replay the boss areas. So there's new stuff quality of life stuff that they upgraded. Like before when we ran around together, if I grabbed a gun first out of a chest, you didn't get that gun. You didn't get any access to the stuff I grabbed first. They made it now where everybody on the team has your own unique gear pop up. And if I join your game, you're level 5 and I'm level 30, it doesn't drop me to 5 and it doesn't put you up to 30. We each play at our level. So I like it that way. And I think that was what will keep it going.
Well, yeah, that was one of my first questions when we joined. I'm like, hey, before I even said hi, you joined the party, and I'm like, what level are you?
Yeah.
Because normally in other games, it's like, oh, I'm level 20. Fuck you, you're level 7. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm just going to run behind you then, right?
See, that's what I'm telling you. Destiny, though, is changing that. In the Shadowkeep that's coming out, you're getting bumped up to the max level that everybody starts at.
Don't even get me started. I've tried.
Shadowkeep.
I've tried to come back to that game several times.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't. You've played with me 4 times in the last 6 months.
Because I get overwhelmed. I probably have more things that I don't even know about that I don't know. Exactly. You have to know what you're doing in Destiny. That's why I like Borderlands. It's going to be fun. Hopefully it's going to stick for quite some time. I don't know what the next, what you would want to say, what the next multiplayer game is going to be, to be honest
Halo.
with you. That's not going to come out until next Christmas.
Is it next? Well, yeah, it's a new console thing.
I'm saying this year, what's the next multiplayer game?
This year?
Yep.
What's coming out?
I can't think of anything.
No, Borderlands is on a space by itself. There's no other games that do that.
That's what's going to be kind of nice, and that's why I'm glad I got it.
That's why it's going to get me through the winter.
One thing I am bummed that you already beat Gears 5 is I would like somebody to run through it with me.
Yeah, I didn't play any co-op. I just played single player. Yeah.
So that's one thing. I don't know.
I can't do it again, though. I'll tell you that.
I still have to go through it. I've beat every single one, man. I
have too, and it's becoming a chore.
I like the graphics. I do
too.
I think it has the best of whatever our systems are going to push as far as Xbox One X is concerned for this period in time.
I agree.
So I say it's a showpiece.
I agree.
And whether or not that game is good or not.
So was The Order.
Yeah, but that game was only 6 hours, and they took their sweet ass time on that one as well.
I think I beat Gears in 12.
That's not bad.
No.
But I can't get into it right now that I'm into Borderlands.
I mean, if you have Games Pass or have access to it, you should definitely download it and play it. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good game.
One that's on
it's more Gears.
One that's on my to-do list also is Blair Witch.
I started playing that, and I can't do it, man.
Which I will play and beat in Halloween because I'm pretty good at those type of games. Not tooting my own horn.
It stresses me out too much. I can't play it.
All right. We need to move on to This Week and 20 Questions.
Theme song, please.
It's This Week in 20 Questions, doing the stuff that we love.
Like it. 11 years ago.
Don't love it.
Stalker.
Don't remember that one.
17 years ago, Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Yes. 17 years?
Yeah. Shout out Betsy.
Oh my God. How old was I?
Well.
No way. I was 13 years old when that came out. No. Yeah.
4 years ago.
13 years old when Animal Crossing came out.
4 years ago, Forza 6. That's crazy that it's been that long.
I know. I can't even.
I didn't even know 7 was out.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And I didn't even play Horizon or Forza Horizon 2 or whatever.
I've talked about.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that those are also technical showpieces for our consoles that would look really good. So, just saying.
They are showpieces for sure. That's like the diamonds on the Rolex for Xbox.
For sure.
Gears, Forza. Still, I wish they had about 4 more of those titles. Not those specific titles, but specific titles.
That's not what you're stepping in, bro.
16 years ago, The Simpsons Hit and Run. Remember that?
I never played that game. I'm sorry, not sorry.
14 years ago on the PlayStation 2, played the shit out of it, hated it. And it's kind of it's like the redheaded stepchild of the family. You don't say anything. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
I liked that game.
I did too, but a lot of people hated it.
I remember that game being
that might have to
all
be a
the rage.
question. I'm not gonna tell you that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't even know what he's going to torture me with.
No, but there was one of 3, so I'm kind of skipping it.
Oh, that's always
18
fun.
years ago on the Neo Geo, Metal Slug 3.
The Neo Geo, man. I
Let's
don't even remember
see.
half that shit.
It's a bunch of weird stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh and 7 years ago on the PC, Borderlands. 6 years ago, Grand Theft Auto 5. 6 years ago already.
I remember living at my cousin's house and I put my 360 and my TV in my room. You know how small my room was at that point in time. And I just closed the door.
Me too.
See you later.
I disappeared. Every Grand Theft Auto that's ever come out, I disappear into. And I don't come out of that until I'm done with it.
I had never beat it.
5 was the last. No, that was the Russian one, right?
4 was...
Okay, so 5 was 6 years ago already, man.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's still some of the best-selling...
It is the best. It's the best-selling media ever. Ever. Movies, music, anything.
It's because it's a real-life simulator, pretty much.
Amazing. There's a lot of people that play in those rooms, too, where it's like you play your character. Like you are a lady, you just go... I mean, do whatever ladies do. I was just going to say shopping, but I'm sure I'll get yelled at for that. So, but like...
Oh my God, shiz.
Oh my God.
Shiz.
All right, one more page here. Still having internet fun with CenturyLink over here. 22 years ago on the PlayStation, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Remember that game?
Yeah. I remember there was a button just to fart. I'm like, okay, I guess.
7 years ago, Borderlands 2 on PlayStation.
Have you ever played Borderlands?
Ooh. I don't know if you know this game. Well, this was going to be my other one. 7 years ago on the PlayStation 3, Jet Set Radio.
Oh, I love that game. That was originally came out on Dreamcast.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you need a beer or something?
No, we're good. I just
Okay.
shaking the can.
So we're going to go
FBI.
back to 20 questions
Okay.
as soon as the internet happens.
It will never happen.
Come on.
Now I've had.
Time of my life.
By the time you guys hear this, I'm getting married next week. So.
Oh, fuck. Is that? No.
Yeah.
It's not that. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. By the time they hear this, it
Oh,
will be
yeah.
next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Don't get scared.
I was just like, wait, no, that can't happen. Okay. This is your question.
Here we go.
11 years ago,
Okay.
2008.
11 years ago, 2008. We're looking at 360, PlayStation 3, Wii era.
Yes,
Is this
sir.
a Nintendo game?
No.
Okay. 1. I like it. Is this a third-person game?
Yes.
Okay. It's not a Nintendo third-person game. Is it on PlayStation?
Yes.
Is it a console exclusive? While you're looking that
No.
up, okay, it's not a console exclusive. All right. Is it a horror game?
No.
Third person. Ew.
I believe that's 5.
Would you don't have to answer this, but would you consider like Tekken a fighting game third person?
No, it's a
Technically
fighting
it is. Okay. Because to me, that one specifically could get tricky.
No.
Soul Calibur.
It's a 3D fighting game. It's not third person. Third
Okay.
person is when you see your character, you're running around. Grand Theft Auto.
It's not a horror game. Is there shooting?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. The multiple systems is what's tripping me up right now. It's a third person. I'm gonna say that probably 4 more times. Only 4 more times. Is this a licensed game?
Yes.
Ew. Ew. Huh. I don't think I'm gonna have it as easy as I did last week.
No, sir.
No, I'm not gonna have it. Oh man. Is it a multiplayer game?
No.
It's not a multiplayer game. So single player, third person, multi-platform. It's not a Nintendo, so it's probably runs at pretty high graphics.
Well, I said it was on PlayStation.
Well, I know, but my first question was a Nintendo game, and you said no.
Okay.
So that riddles it down to. Oh my
You
god!
said it again.
I know. I'm just. Oh my god! It's PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. It's licensed. Is this part of a? Well, it's not a franchise, but does this have sequels?
Yes.
Many of them. I'm trying to think of
Wait,
something.
did you ask if it was a sequel or if it had sequels?
If it had sequels?
No.
It was a standalone, third-person game.
I didn't say. I only said one of those things. Well, 2 of those things.
Well, if it released on several, is it a? I already asked if it's a console exclusive, and you said no.
Right.
Okay,
So that's third party.
that's what I said.
Yeah, I said that was right.
I'm using deductive logic. You said it's third person though,
Yep. That's
Yeah.
2 of them.
and it's shooting. Ooh,
No. You asked if there was shooting in the game.
I feel like you're getting me on a technicality that's
Yeah,
unfair.
that's what the 20
If there
questions
was
are.
shooting,
You asked if there was shooting in the game.
yeah,
and I
meaning
said
like
yes.
you shoot.
You didn't ask what you meant.
Oh my god.
You didn't say it was
I
a
wish I could
shooter.
do 20 questions one time so I could just fuck you over.
You have, and I've
Oh my
won.
god. Okay, well, people shoot at you, but apparently you don't shoot back. I'm not going to burn a question to ask if I shoot, because that was the question I asked originally.
I wouldn't. Why would you do that? You already asked if there was shooting in the game, so either you're shooting or somebody else is.
Oh my god.
Don't look into that as a trick either.
It is a trick. Most of the third-person games are horror games, so that's what's tripping me up. It's part of a licensed franchise. Okay, does this take place in a city? Like a big open world? Does this take place in an open world?
No. That's 10.
It's a linear story. I'm thinking it's like people... The way you phrase that makes me think it's like a superhero game. So, multiple consoles. People shoot at you. You don't shoot at them. It's a licensed character. I didn't say that. Do you shoot at people?
I won't charge you for that, but I'm not going to answer it. Because I think you do, but I'm not 100% sure. But it makes no difference. I'm not going to charge you for it.
Third person. That's what's tripping me up. And it's licensed. Do you play as multiple characters in this game?
I'm going to say yes because I think you can unlock later. I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll just say yes. Once again, not important to the story. Or to the game here.
Is it a DC franchise?
No.
Is it a Marvel franchise?
No.
I don't care if I'm burning questions. I mean, I haven't lost one in a while, so... The license part that's tripping me out.
Listen to this fucking guy. I haven't lost any for a while.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. Is this a racing game?
No.
Damn it, I was going to say something that doesn't even make sense now that I think about it. Third person. Wow. Okay, is this a flying game?
No. That's 15.
Okay, well now we're just... Is it turn-based?
No.
I'm not going to get this one. I don't think. I think you went way too niche on this one.
It's not niche.
Probably.
Oh, sorry. What the hell am I
doing? Wow. We're listening to your burps. That's what we're doing. As I sit here and suffer in the dead of the night. Can you fly?
No.
Third person.
3 questions left. 2 of which have to be a question. The third has to be the guess.
People are shooting at you. Daryl, speak. Oh. Does your character morph into like different type of beasts?
No.
Is it prototype?
No.
God. Whatever. What is it?
The Force Unleashed. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed.
I wasn't even close.
No, you weren't even thinking.
No.
You were in the wrong. You didn't ask what genre. You should have asked a genre. You should have asked, like, is it sci-fi? Is it Western? Is it... Blah, blah, blah.
I thought I had it narrowed down. I was very cocky that round. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us.
Good job, Daryl.
All right. Am I going to be able to read through all of my back in the box?
I'll let you go. I'll let you go the whole way.
Are you going to cut me off here?
No, I'll let you go.
Now I got to pull it off. I try to give you...
Pull it off? That's gross, dude.
No, shut up.
I'll grab a beer while you're doing it.
I'll just read it really loud.
I hear you.
You're never going to get this one. But I'm gonna make you suffer this week. The originator of open world street racing is back and bigger than ever. Race the hottest, fully customizable real world cars and superbikes day to night across stunning real world LA. Blank Los Angeles. Complete edition makes LA even bigger, adding the iconic South Central area plus new vehicles, aftermarket parts, music and races, including delivery missions, red light races, and all new battle maps for when it's time to race online. No tracks, no rules. Welcome back to the blank.
I probably won't get this. I know it's a like a car racing battle cross thing. Motorcycles, though. What was in motorcycles? Is this a PlayStation game?
No. How many am I giving you? How many do I usually do? 5?
Is it 5?
Yeah, because I make them kind of easy.
Well, I think it's 10 when I'm by myself.
I'll give you 10 then. Fine. That's 1.
Does this game primarily take place at night?
It can.
Are you part of a club in this game?
I think so.
Is this Midnight Club?
Well, he got it in 4, so that's
Okay.
pretty good. Good job, Jimmy.
Only reason I got it is because of the motorcycle thing. It's the only online racing game that has motorcycles as well.
Whether you're a novice or hardcore 3D shooter fan, the blank you've been waiting for is ready. Step into the arena and experience a groundbreaking standalone game. A new kind of single-player experience. A ruthless multiplayer revolution. A 3D team sport for online mercenaries.
Can you read that one more time?
Whether you're a novice or hardcore 3D shooter fan, the blank you've been waiting for is ready. Step into the arena and experience a groundbreaking standalone game. A new kind of single-player experience. A ruthless multiplayer revolution. A 3D team sport for online mercenaries.
That makes no sense. It says a first-person multiplayer team game. I don't feel like I'm going to get this.
Welcome to the new team sport of extreme gamers. A new kind of single-player experience in a ruthless multiplayer revolution.
Is this in a dystopian future setting?
Yes.
Are you on television in this game?
I don't think so. It's not Smash TV.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But you're in a dystopian future multiplayer. Is it... Do you have a selection of different characters?
Yes. And the version that I've chosen to read today is on a Dreamcast. Which that will probably throw you off than help you.
No, that helps more. Multiplayer, or you can choose different characters. So obviously it's a single player though. On Dreamcast. Did you ride a dragon in this game?
Nope.
Okay, so it's not that.
A new kind of single-player experience. A ruthless multiplayer revolution.
Multiplayer revolution on Dreamcast. Dystopian future. Are there robots?
I believe there are some characters that are robots. That's 5.
I don't think I'm going to get this. Is it a sport involved? So, no.
No. 6.
Is it a part of a franchise?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Oh, yeah. Dreamcast franchise. So, Sonic?
You gotta think about genre. You gotta think about
Is it a
perspective.
racer?
No.
I'm not going to get it. Let's see. Perspective. Is it first person?
Yeah. You're gonna kick yourself so fucking hard.
I know him. Is it Duke Nukem?
No, but you're so close. I'm so sorry. Unreal Tournament is
Yeah, I
a
was
first-person
gonna say
shooter
Unreal.
video game developed by Epic Games
Fuck.
and Digital Extremes. The second installment in the Unreal series was first published by GT Interactive in 1999 for Microsoft Windows and later released on PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast by Infogrames.
It's a game
in
that's
2000,
like a big tournament.
2001.
God dang it, man! I knew when you were reading that. Nobody's gonna believe me. That was the first thing that went through my head was Quake. I'm like, oh, it's like a Doom or Quake. It's the first thing I thought of, and I went the whole other way when I was asking my question.
Sorry, buddy.
Damn it!
I tried. That was probably the best one that I've done so far.
Shit.
Where you could have got it, but you also didn't. So, all right.
And it's first person, but multiplayer, but you're not on a team. Ah, fuck.
I know. I told you, you're gonna kick yourself. Let's see. All right. You got a secret question this week, or do I got to do it again?
I thought you had it.
I don't, but I'll figure it out right now.
What's your
I had
least favorite video gaming piece of equipment you've ever bought?
Ooh. At the time, I loved everything that I got. Probably those like little Tiger toys, you know, where they were technically video games, but Tiger Electronics, they were like little handheld.
Yeah, I played those all
the time. Now looking back and how things have changed as far as the screen and everything else like that, I still love it to death. I still cherish them, but I think the Game Boy was the biggest piece of shit ever.
Game Boy?
Yeah. Just not the library alone. People are going to hate me for this, but I'm saying like how privileged we are nowadays to have a backlit screen.
Yeah, but you're crazy. That at that time it wasn't.
I'm saying now. For me now, at the time, I loved everything that I got. I was very appreciative because I had.
Yeah, but I'm not talking. But like the time you got something, you're like super excited, and then you're like, oh.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I just misheard the question. Probably for me is when I pre-ordered my 250 gigabyte Wii U, and I bought it from Best Buy. I was one of the first ones to buy it, and my buddy that worked there sold it to me. He's like, he was kind of like snickering, like, "You sure you want this?" And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I want this for sure." I bought Super Mario U. I bought a big bottle of whiskey, and I lived with my cousin at the time, so as you know, he had a 4-level split in the very low basement. That's where my setup was. I had a couch. I had the whole 9 yards. I went to go plug it in.
I remember this.
Yeah, I went to go plug it in, and it bricked right out of the box on opening day.
You got it back. You did get it fixed, though. I mean, they made it right, didn't they?
So I called Nintendo, and I was like, "Hey, so your console just bricked out of the box. How can you help me?" It's going to be 14 days. So I packed the thing up. I brought it back to Best Buy, and I returned it.
Yeah.
I frequented Best Buy because it was near my house at that point in time, and for some reason or other, that's where I bought all my games because I had a credit card that I could buy it, you know, and then pay it off, whatever. So I was in there. I think I was honestly there to buy Resident Evil 6. So it was around that same time.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, and I did buy that game.
I think you were screwed on both of those decisions,
for sure.
no matter what.
For sure I was. But I already opened the game. Like after I bought the console, I went to Jimmy John's. I remember because I was starving. It was like one of those things where you're super excited, but like, God, I got to eat something before I get home. I was starving, so I grabbed a sandwich, and I'm sitting in the car like, I want to read the booklet. Okay. So I already opened the game. So now I can't return the game, and now I have a game for a console that I don't have anymore. So I was going to sit on it and then maybe like sell it to GameStop and then try to buy something else. Well, it just so happened it was just the same way as the original Wii, that once they were out in the wild, you couldn't get your hands on anything.
Yep.
I was in Best Buy one day, and I walked by it, and it was a Friday night. I still had the game, but I walked by a white version, which was only like 125 gigabytes or whatever. And the person I was with at the time, they came over, and I talked about it, how salty I was. I'm like, God, I saw that. I saw the consoles just sitting there, and I could have rebought it so we can play Super Mario, but I'm just too salty.
Yep.
And they're like, well, just do it and then return it after you beat it. I'm just like, ting. So I went back up there. I bought it. I think I got all the gold coins. I got everything you could do in Super Mario Bros. Wii U. And then I returned the console with 100% save on there, so Nintendo could see that I beat it and then returned it afterwards. So just kind of a little middle finger.
You.
The funny thing is when it was re-released on the Wii, or I'm sorry, on the Switch, I have that version too now. I know, I'm an idiot, but it's fun to play. That's probably my biggest disappointment ever in video game history for me.
Mine is easy and simple.
Is it clean?
It starts with Virtua, ends with boy.
I was going to say that I never owned one. I've always wanted one, and still to this day, I think it'd be cool just to have it on the shelf.
Yes, that's what it's good for. But literally, if you try to use it now, it'll burn your retinas out of your eyeballs and make your brain go into seizures. Yeah, it was horrible. Like, it was a cool idea, and I was super excited. Our first virtual space.
I remember playing Mario Tennis and
Tennis.
A Blockbuster,
Yep.
for sure.
And I played it, for about 5 minutes, and I was very sad. That was my biggest thing.
I'm sorry, Jay.
There's nothing else that really other than Superman 64, but that was a game.
I rented that game, and I'm like,
Luckily
okay,
you
well, I went through all the rings. What do you want me to do now?
Oh, and the second Perfect Dark game.
I thought you were going to say Alien Colonial Marines.
Never bought it. I played it once because it was free. Laughed that everybody had put money into it. That's why Borderlands is getting so much shit. It's because people hate Gearbox. They get pissed. And Randy Pitchford is a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he is. Having like eyes wide shut parties in the backyard.
Hey,
Why
man.
not?
Go for it.
That was a good one. That was a good off the top of your head. I was going to do some dumb shit online, so whatever, you know.
That was right out of the...
Running a little longer than we normally do.
Normally do.
Yep. Reminds me of
Fucking Patrick Mahomes has 443 passing yards with 4 touchdowns.
That's it. What a loser.
Thank you, Pat Mahomes. You're helping me this week, finally. Well, you helped me last week, too, but...
What team does he play for again?
Kansas City Chiefs, man. What the hell?
I don't know half the shit. I play fantasy football to talk shit to all y'all. That's it. That's about it. But hey, what the hell is going on with this thing?
Fucking Kamara had 7 points today.
I know, he's...
Projected to get 22. Ugh. Of course.
Doesn't it just hurt you?
They lost 9-27. That's the weirdest score I've ever heard in my life.
9. They must have had... I don't even want to say, hey, everybody out there, thank you so much for listening.
Love y'all.
We love you.
We're back.
We're probably going to have to do 2 in a row the week after this because I'm going to get married and then things are going to get real weird. I'm not doing honeymoon or anything, so I should be around, but timing has just been not our best suit as of late.
Yeah, there's things that are going on.
So thanks for sticking with us. We want to hear from you, Cyberbots. You can email us at cyberlunch1@outlook.com, which...
Please if you give us suggestions, that'll help the workload and trying to get this done. So if you want to talk about something or you want us to talk about a specific subject,
we'd love to.
Message us. We'll do it.
Or contact us via our Facebook page.
Is hanging out and talking about shit.
Looking forward to see you again next week for another lunchroom discussion. I'm Daryl.
I'm Jacob.
I'm just saying I like the Packers.
Yeah, I like the Packers. Your fucking Brett Favre's a single.
Brett Favre saw him from a distance.
He's the Silver Fox.
He's the best. Silver Fox.
I love him. He's
Go
so
Twins.
great. Yeah, go fucking Twins.
Peace out. We love you. Bye.
Bye.